Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. It is Follow a Sketch Friday, and since it is Friday the 16th, I am playing along with Christy for day 16 of her 30 days of sketches. Now this is the sketch. It does have 4 smaller square photos. However, I am only scrapbooking 2 4x6 photos. So let's see what I can do. Now you guys, I kind of went rogue with this sketch, and I knew from the beginning I was going to go rogue. I just thought that I was going to only go slightly rogue. However, I do really like what I came up with in the end, and that is really all that matters. So whether you start with an idea, whether you start with an inspiration piece, whether you start with a challenge to use a certain product or a certain type of photo, as long as you are good with the layout at the end, it doesn't matter that you went rogue. It doesn't matter if you didn't actually complete a challenge. I swear to you guys, in the long run, it really doesn't matter. You have a memory scrapbooked, and ultimately, that is what it's all about. So, for this layout, I did not want to go ahead and trim down my photos. I just felt like I wanted the 4x6 photos, full 4x6 photos on this layout. So I did not trim them down. So I took these 2 card bases made of a khaki colored cardstock and overlapped them so that I could have a full mat completely around my photos. Now, I didn't have to do that. I could have used a 8.5 by 11 or 12 by 12 sheet of cardstock, but that's what I had handy, so that's what I did. I made it work for me. Now, I have all of these cut apart sheets, and I went ahead and trimmed them all down because, you know, I was thinking I would just kind of reverse what was going on in the sketch, because I have 4 photos in the sketch and these like 2 bigger blocks on the other side of the photo. So I was like, oh, well then I'll take 2 photos and do 4 blocks on either side of the photos, because, you know, that's definitely inspiration from the sketch. It's definitely feeling that way. And then I was like, well, maybe not 4 blocks, because these are 3x4 cards, and 3x4 cards will go all the way across the page. I don't want to go all the way across the page. So I tried that. Didn't like it at all, okay? Just was like, ooh, Sandy, no. So I decided to put them together and see what would happen that way. And I still really wasn't feeling it. At this point, I'm kind of like, do I scrap this? Do I like go ahead and try to do another layout? Like, do I just grab other photos? Do I just follow the sketch like I'm supposed to? Like, what is the plan here? And then I was like, no, you wanted to scrapbook these 2 photos. I love bomber jackets. I think they are cool as crap, especially these 2. And I was like, this needs to go in the Castle Air Museum album, because I have very few photos left and I want to finish the project. I want to get it finished and have the memories done. So that is what I did. So then I thought, well, maybe I'll try 4 and I'll overlap them. And this was originally the way I was going to go, and I was going to make this work. But again, this is not how it ends, you guys. It goes different. At this point, is it this point? Sometime after this stuff gets put down, I decide that I'm just not even going to look at the sketch anymore. I've used the sketch as my inspiration point, and I'm just going to move on and do what I want to do with the photos and the products that I pulled out. Because, again, love the photos, think that they are awesome, and I'm using products that I want to use. Like, I like my products. I'm having fun with them. It's just trying to follow the sketch or trying to like reinvent the sketch a little just really isn't working for me. So I do change it up. So now that I am adhering these things down, I'm like looking at it and thinking to myself, some things are going to have to change. So I'm going to go ahead and nestle this card that says, "Let's just go," so that it is right there at my photo mats. That's going to change. I do overlap these bad boys, and I decide to keep them straight when I overlap them, instead of putting them on some little angles. We don't need little angles on this layout. I feel like I've got enough movement on the page with what I've got going on. So we're gonna put those down. And I'm looking at this and it just isn't feeling right. I'm like, something needs to go over on this side. I need to bridge the gap between the stuff that's going on in the background behind the photos at the top and the stuff that's going on in the background at the bottom. Like, it just doesn't feel right. It feels awkward and I don't like it. So I'm just going to figure out what I want to happen. But in the meantime, I am going to fussy cut out this sign pole out of one of the cards, and it says it's time for a new adventure, and it has a couple arrows on it. And I love the card as it is, but it really has nothing to do with a mountain scene. But I think that the signpost with the adventure words works great. So I'm going to go ahead and get that all fussy cut out and get it down on my page. I'm actually going to pop it up on some foam, because my layout is feeling very flat to me right now. I don't often scrapbook on like a creamy vanilla cardstock, and this cardstock that I'm scrapbooking on top of is from American Crafts, and it kind of reminds me of vanilla ice cream. I don't know which brand, because some vanilla ice creams are white. Some are more yellowy, some are more kind of like a creamy color. This one reminds me of vanilla ice cream. Now I do decide that I'm going to go ahead and use this travel notes card. And at first I thought it was going to put it down over here so that I would have 4 cards at the top and 4 cards at the bottom. But I really, really didn't like that. I'm trying it out and trying to think if that is going to be cute with my little signpost thing, and it's not cute at all. I am getting a little frustrated because everything I'm trying to do isn't working. And, sometimes, I do say, done is better than perfect. But, I definitely struggled a little bit more with this one than I care to admit, or I care to show you guys, but I am leaving it in there. I'm not cutting out any of the struggle bus moments because, I don't, when I put a video up on YouTube, I have a specific time that I look to put my videos, like a specific length of time I want my videos to be. And sometimes, while I'm scrapbooking, I'm kind of distracted. I'm watching something on the TV. I'm talking to my family where we have a snack in the middle of it. Sometimes I eat lunch in the middle of scrapbooking or dinner or anything like that. And the camera just rolls. So I cut that stuff out. Or if I sit down and get distracted with my phone and like play a game in the middle of scrapbooking, that stuff, I don't leave that stuff in there because it has really nothing to do with the scrapbooking. And I talk enough about other things besides scrapbooking that you really don't need to see the other things too. But, I want to leave the process in, and I appreciate that. And I do that kind of video because these are the videos I like to see. I like to see process videos. I don't care if you talk to me about your dog, your mom, your son, your brother, your work, whatever, an ingrown toenail. I really don't care what you talk to me about. I just want to see the process of your process video. And I kind of do my videos that way because that's the way I feel. And I totally got off on a tangent. I was making a point and I don't even remember what my point was. What was the point? I don't know. Anyway, I left the process in. I think that's what I was going for. I left the process in. Now this glitter tape here isn't very sticky. It is definitely an older glitter tape. It has lost a lot of its sticky, so I do have to add a little bit more adhesive to it, and I have almost completed the roll of it. Let's see. I I've got the roll in my hands right here, and there is literally a 6-inch strip of tape left on it. So we're going to go ahead and use that up. Makes me ridiculously happy. I definitely want to start making a dent in my washi tape again. I was doing lots of washi layouts for a little while, and then I got a little sidetracked from it. This little thick strip was the only washi that went on this layout, but I do have a layout coming up in a couple days that has a lot of washi on it. Now, let's get back to the layout a little bit because I think I've rabbit trailed enough. So I decided to take the Let's Just Go card and trim that down a little bit, and then I'm going to overlap it here at the top of the page. Now, for this layout, I do have like pastel colors, I have bright colors, I have saturated colors, I have, you know, not as saturated colors, and it's a mixture. And for me, it works. That might not work for everyone. You might look at this and be like, whoa, she is cuckoo cuckoo. And like, I don't like what she's done with all the mixing and matching of depth of color. That's fine. If you don't like that kind of thing, you don't like primary colors and mixing it with the more pastel colors or the more like natural, what are those called? Not naturals, neutrals. See, close. Then don't do this. Like this obviously isn't going to be something you're going to do. But for me, it works, especially because of the subject matter of the photo. So we have 2 bomber jackets, and you know when a leather jacket is new and it's bright, shiny new leather. Oh my word, I love the smell of new leather. But they've been used. Like if you look close, like you can see like all of the wear and the tear and like the decorations on them, and I just love it. And when I look at this, you guys are gonna think I'm lame, but I don't care. When I look at a leather jacket, if it's new, I can see how it's going to wear and break in and just get that nice soft suppleness to it. And then when a jacket is used and older like this, I can see it like in my mind's eye of it crisp and fresh and new. And I don't know if that's just because I have a thing for leather. I don't know, but it is what I see in my mind's eye. So like I said, it makes sense in my mind. It makes sense to me when I look at this page. It might not make a lick of sense to anyone else, but hey, it's my layout, it's my scrapbook, and they make me happy, and that's all we're worried about here. So I am going through this little 4x6 box of kind of travel themed embellishments, and they are a whole mixture of different brands and different colors. So I do keep my die cuts sorted out in these little boxes, and the sorting system is a little wonky. Like it's not, I wouldn't be able to say, go get the green box or go get this box. I do have a travel box. I do have a floral box. I do have like a cocoa vanilla box. But then the other ones are ways that they make me feel. So, like if, I don't know how to describe it. So if a collection makes me feel a certain way, they go together. Like the cream-based jelly bean soup and the cream-based October afternoon go together because they make me feel a certain way. Now the jelly bean soup that is white-based goes with Simple Stories because that makes me feel a certain way. And I can't exactly explain what the feeling is, but I know what I want when I'm scrapbooking, so I can go in and reach in and grab one of those plastic dividers. It's not like set 100% by manufacturer. It's like I said, it's the way it makes me feel. So I am just working on building up some clusters, and I figured since I had words like let's just go, it's time for a new adventure, I added in words like adventures await and hello world. Now, I did want to do a little nod to the circles that are on the layout. So I do have the Hello World die cut circle, and I'm also going to pull out my Creative Memories punch and punch that bad boy out of this yellow paper. Now, this yellow paper right here, it's from Paper House, and it is one of my favorite yellow papers ever. It is just a good yellow. You can kind of like brighten it up, you can dull it down, you can grunge it, you can not grunge it. It just is one of those yellows that makes me happy, and I like it. I think it's great. So that is what's going there. Now, like I said, I'm doing a nod to the circles. I'm not making like the circles the star of the show or anything like that, but I am giving it that little nod. So that makes me happy. And then we are going to just go ahead and put on some little final bits and pieces to kind of give it a great, like a great finishing moment. So I'm tucking in other little pieces. I have this orange tag over here, so I brought the orange in over here on the left-hand side a little bit. I'm like pointing to the layout like you guys can see where I'm pointing. You totally can't see whatsoever. At all. Now I have these little, you know what? I completely lied to you guys. I said I didn't cut out any of the process, but I cut some of this process out because I really struggled with pulling the plastic off of the adhesive backing because of the way I cut the gemstones off of the paper. So I am going to cut this part out so you guys don't see me struggle with it. But then as you can see, I put some of those kind of soft aqua gemstones underneath the travel on the bingo card. I also put it down here on the bottom of the page, overlapping that orange little bit that I added in. And I also put it on the bottom right hand of the page over the Going Places tag. Now I go into my stash and grab these little wooden dots. They're like wood veneer dots. And I'm just sprinkling them about the page as well. I felt like since I had the circles here and there's like a little bit of a circle peeking out of that airplane card up at the top, that I would just add some more circles. So I go ahead and do that. And I think that that is going to do it. Once I get these circles down, oh no, we are not done. We have naked tag holes, and you guys know we cannot have a naked tag hole on my pages. It's just something that is not done. So I have this baker's twine. It is gold, and I think it's gold. It's like a gold and white baker's twine that's rolled up together. So all I do is tie a little bow, add a little drop of Nuvo Deluxe adhesive, and then that string sticks right on to my page. Now I don't add any journaling or anything like that. Like I said, this is going in the specific album. It's going in the Castle Air Museum album, and I don't feel like I really need to add a whole heck of a lot of journaling. So there it is, you guys, my Going Rogue Follow a Sketch Friday. And I thank you guys so much for watching and sticking with me. And I will see you guys again real soon for another video.